Dino, he'll get into the picture, won't he? If he can squeeze in, he'll get in there. I told him I didn't want him in there, but he went anyway. I mean, it's coming up on Halloween. I don't want him to be scaring people. Anyway, I was showing you my tornado. I added some more lights, and I thought it looked pretty cool. Anyway, I started hooking up the lights on some of the things I've got on my layout, so I'll show you what I've been up to. Well, today's the day. I decided to climb underneath this thing, and I've got some lights here that I need to get going and hook them up, or I'm going to have too many wires hanging around down there underneath the table. So I've got lights like this, like the street light and the cabin. There's a couple of lights in the mill. There's a light in Foxy's. And then I have the signs I got to run wires to. And, you know, I've got that in various spots in my layout. So I'm going to connect some of that stuff. I got a light in the barn. I got a light in the house. I've got a light in the diner, the sign. Then I got a couple of street lights that's over there by the little town of White Rock. So I'm going to hop underneath there today. I brought my work light in so I could see what I'm doing underneath here, because it's so dark, you know, you can't see nothing. I've been living underneath this layout for almost, well, 2 days now, and I'll probably be under here a little bit tomorrow yet. Just getting caught up with some of the wires that I had from my buildings. So I'll show you what I was doing here while I was down here. Well, I had a lot of wires underneath this. Just for all my lighting and signs and stuff, so then I had a makeshift way to plug all this in, and I decided, well, I'm going to buy a better deal here, so that's what I wound up getting, this power strip, and that's going to be my main source of power for everything. So if I hit this button, it turns everything on. And then just keep plugging them in as I go down. I've got my lights. I got my Miller signs. My tornado will be on this thing, and so I kind of like the way I got that set up now. That'll work out real nice. And then I put some Velcro on this because I kept pulling it off of there, because the cord is so short on these things. So I'm happy with it. Then I used, for the Miller signs, you know, they have this get up where you can buy the board. And I've got 2 signs connected to it now, you can see. And this is the power source. So what I did was I just kind of slit the wire, and I hooked into the red wire with some red wire of my own, and I ran it down and put a switch on the outside so that that far switch you see there works my Miller sign lights, and the other one works all the lights that's going to be on in the buildings. So that's what I did with that today. And then over here, these are all those modules for the just plug lighting. And I figure I'm going to keep everything up forward. It's easy to get down to. If I just pan out, you can see, you know, there's my desk where I sit, and here's the board. So it's right underneath there, easy to get to. And you might notice that these are upside down. You're probably going to say, oh, Tony, they're upside down. What's the matter with you? But there's a rhyme to the reason. And that is that these plugs wind up really hard to get out of there and kind of get in there. So I decided that if they're right side up, I got to work from up here on the top and I can't see what I'm doing. So I turned them all upside down, and now I can, it's easy to plug them and unplug them if I need to. So that was the reason behind that. And then if I need more as I add lights, I can go back and add one over here or two on this one or the one behind me. So I can always add more to this system. I think the system I have with this expansion hub, I think it'll light 50 lights. But then you need more of these, of course, in order to, hook in. And I got 2 more slots. So I could add 2 more of these on this expansion hub, easy enough. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing, and don't worry about all those other little green and black and red wires you see over there. Those are all for my switches, and right now I'm just using those manually. I'll hook those up later. This is that Miller Engineering sign kit that goes with the signs, and I was wiring these underneath my layout. It comes with this battery pack, 3 batteries, and you can see there's a red and a black wire that's connected to the board. Well, I had these underneath my layout, and when I'd go to put them on, I would hit this on and off switch. There's an on and off switch right here, and then on the other side you'll see a button that's at the top now, right here by my finger. And that's a button that you push, and it gives you different ways that the light will flash. So these were off, and I wired all my wires, and I went to hit my on and off switch that I have over there, and I'll be darned, they didn't work. And I thought, what's going on? So I took my wiring apart and I put it back together, and I checked this and I checked that, and it didn't work. What am I doing wrong? So I did it again. This is that over 60 thing they talk about, and all of you will be able to enjoy this later on in life if you're not over 60 now. I forgot to turn the on button on the system that's underneath the board. That's that little button right there. So if you turn that on, your light will flash. And I had my buttons all off. So naturally when I hit my other button, it's not going to work. So that was pretty frustrating, but otherwise everything else went smooth. So I just wanted to bring that up because that could be a common mistake if you forget to turn this button on after you wire this and it's not working. Got to remember, these buttons have to be on the on position if you're going to have another button like I have over there that's going to turn the whole system on and off. So this switch controls my thunder and lightning, and this switch controls my tornado. That's back there in that corner. This switch controls most of my lights that's in the background that you can see. That's my Just Play lights. This one controls my signs, my Miller animation signs you can see flashing back there. I've got a lot more of those I'm going to be putting up as I build the layout. And then this one here, this one is controlling some DC lights that I have. I have one in the barn, and there's one on that water tank. And then this one here, this controls my newest toy. I'll show you how that works. You know, I bought that. I got another engine I'm thinking about getting here pretty quick. Well, that shows you what I've been doing. Hooking up all that. And that was just a, this was a little white strip that was laying on the floor, and I had to unplug this and plug in that, so I finally bought a larger strip. And I've got every modular electrical adapter for everything. There's one for the just play lights. There's one for the DC lights. There's another one for the signs, and so on. So I'm having trouble with my night filming because I shut the lights off and it's just too dark for the amount of lights that's on the layout right now. So I've seen people with, you know, using blue bulbs to represent moonlight. So I saw this at Menards and I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to try this and see if it works. Rather than to buy one blue bulb, it's got, you know, a few different shades. So I'll see if that'll work. So that's my ceiling light up there. And these things swivel. And that's what I use. This was a white bulb. These are all those energy efficient bulbs. And this is that one that I bought that it works with this this thing here, a remote. So I just unscrew the rest of the bulbs at night and use that, and then I put this light over here on in the background just to add a little more light from the distance, and that's how I got my my night video for my buildings. I'm sure as I add more lights to it, you know, it'll come out even nicer. So I started off with that colored bulb. You can change the colors, and I don't know, I just put it up there just to see if it worked, because I didn't want to spend a lot of money and not know if it wouldn't work or not. And it seemed to be working pretty good last night. I just need to have more lights on my layout, but you know, those will go up as the money comes in, and the money comes in slower than I want the lights to go up. So let me get back over to my desk, and I'm going to show you some video clips of how this looks like when I shut off my lights and do the twisting on the light bulbs. Well, I don't know, it looks pretty good. You know, I remember going to the Twin Cities Model Railroad Museum, and they had a night thing where they showed all the trains running at night, and it kind of looked like a blue light they were using. That bulb's got like 3 different shades of blue, so I'll play around with that. But I'm pretty happy with the way it's coming out. I think it looked better the more lights I add to the layout. Anyway, I'll see you on my next one. Have a great day.